Alright guys, so now that we've done inequalities, just like we did with linear equations, now we're going to model with inequalities. So we're going to go through several examples of modeling and solving real world problems with inequalities. Emphasis will be placed on constructing complete solutions with the same components as when we modeled problems with linear and quadratic equations. So first example says the perimeter of a rectangle must be less than 150 feet. The length is known to be 73 feet. Find the range of possible widths for the rectangle. The formula for the perimeter of the rectangle is P equals 2L plus 2W, where L is the length and W is the width. Express your answer in interval notation. Use decimal form for numerical values. So I know it has to be less than 150 feet. But I know it also has to be greater than 0, right? Because you can't have a length or perimeter of 0. Okay. I know the length is 73 feet. I know the equation is 2L plus 2W. So I'm going to say 2L plus 2W in the middle, because that's what I want my perimeter to be. I want it to be greater than 0, but less than 150. All right, so what you do, so that 2 times 73 plus 2W less than 150. So make it 0 less than 146 plus 2W less than 150. So when you solve this, you get negative 73 less than W less than 2. All right, but here's the thing. You can't have a negative width. So I'm going to change this number to a 0. Right, so then when you write an interval notation, you're going to say 0, comma 2. I can use anything between those two numbers. The reason why I use a parentheses is because it's just a less than sign. It's not less than or equal to. You have to be careful of that on the word problems whenever you're doing this, and that's how I would solve the perimeter problem. So again, yes, we had a negative number, but your width can't be negative, right? Think about a real life problem. So it has to be 0. All right, problem number 2. In a class in which the final course grade depends entirely on the average of 4 equally weighted 100-point tests, Joyce has scored 85, 83, and 86 on the first 3. What range of scores on the 4th test will give Joyce a B for the semester? An average between 80 and 89, inclusive. So I want it to be between 80 and 89, and it said inclusive. So that means I'm going to use less than or equal to. Now, to find out what the 4th score needs to be, I'm going to say 85 plus 83 plus 86 plus, I don't know what the 4th score is. I'm going to divide it by 4 because I want my average, right? So I'm dividing to be that. So to solve this, I got to get rid of that 4 on the bottom, so I multiply both sides by 4. All right, so when you do that, you get 320 less than or equal to, I'm going to go ahead and add up those numbers, 85 plus 83 plus 86, 254 plus x less than or equal to 386. So now I'm going to subtract that 254 on both sides. So I get 66 less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 102. But here's the thing. It says a 100-point test. Right, so you can't score higher than 100. So I'm going to say 66 bracket, comma, 100 bracket. Even though she can get 102, she can't possibly score that because it says a 100-point test. Right, so kind of like the problem before, right? You got to read the context of it. So this one says 66 to 100 is what she needs to get to have an average of B on her test. All right, problem number 3. To qualify for gold status at Awesome Airlines, one must fly less than 30,800 miles, but at least, so I need less than or equal to 16,800 miles. If he takes a 700-mile round-trip flight when visiting his parents, how many trips does he have to do that to obtain gold status? So I'm going to say 700x, right? Because that's how many times a round trip flight is 700 miles. So I'm going to divide both sides by 700. You get 24 less than or equal to x less than 44. So I have to take at least 24 trips with a bracket, but no more than 44. Okay, and the 44 is a parenthesis because I use the less than sign. All right, last problem. So it says the perimeter of a square must be greater than 42 inches. So just greater than, but less than 68 inches. Find the range of possible lengths that satisfy these conditions. Remember, the perimeter of a square is 4s. So I'm going to say 4s. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. All right, this one you get 10.5 less than s less than 17. You can use decimals, so I'm going to say 10.5, comma 17. And that's how you do word problems with inequalities. All right, so that's kind of the most basic ones. You're going to see all of those on the Hawks assignment. Your Hawks assignment is going to be 1.6, right? It's going to have inequalities and modeling with inequalities. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, good luck.